Trying to get my afro into the frame, but that is not going to work. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. Today I have created this Ankara inspired makeup look. I love Ankara. The colors are so much fun and you always have inspiration of what colors to combine whenever you look at the fabric. So today I focused on the beige color, mostly on my main eyelid, and then I used a pop of green on the inner parts of my eye, and on the darker parts, just to smoke it out, I've used like a dark reddy brownie color. I'm really happy with how this look turned out. It's such a shame that I have nowhere to go. I'm just gonna wash this off in about a few hours. Anyways, please keep on watching to learn how to create this look, and as usual, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. All right, let's get cracking. So right, let's get started. My brows are done. I'm gonna go in with some concealer and then I'm gonna set the concealer. So this is just gonna serve as my eye base. I'm using a super light concealer because I want the colors to really pop. I'm just blending the concealer all the way in because I want a really nice canvas for my eyeshadows to go on to later on. I'm just taking a bit of my translucent powder and a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to set that concealer so that it doesn't budge. And it's really important to do this, otherwise you're going to get loads of creasing during the day in your eyeshadow, and it's just not a good look. Using a MAC 224 brush, I'm going to go in with that orangey shade to create my transition color. So I like to kind of stamp the color on first. And once it's on, just very, very gently buff it in. And you can see I'm using just the very end of the brush to do this. You don't really need a lot of pressure to blend this in. And with a flat shaded brush, I'm just going to go in with that goldish kind of shade, and that's my main eyelid color. And I like to sort of smear the color on because with shimmers you get better color payoff if you kind of smear the color. And I'm going to go back in again with that MAC 224 brush and blend the two colors together. I haven't added any more color to the brush, just what's already on it, and it just creates a nice transition from that orangey shade into my main eyelid color. I absolutely love wearing Ankara. It's so bright, vibrant, it's fun. There's so many color combinations that you could do. It's forever a great source of inspiration. I'm never lost as to what makeup look to do. I just look at the cloth, I look at the colors and just go for it. And there are no rules with it. You can be as bold as you like. That's something else I really love about it. Now with a fluffy brush by Morphe, I'm going in with a dark purple color. It's like a plummy brown, and I'm just putting that kind of like on making a little V on the outer corner of my eye. And once I got the color down, then I'm going to start blending it in so it doesn't look harsh. And again, just holding the brush super lightly, just blending that in. And just keep on building up that color until it's as intense as I want it to be. Next, I'm going in with the shimmery green color. So I've loaded up my brush, I'm getting some fixing spray and just spraying it just to intensify the color because I really want it to pop on the inner corner of my eye. I think this brush is a little bit too big, so I'm going to go with a smaller one. Okay, using a smaller brush because that one was just too big. Yeah, and I also get a better color payoff, I find, with this as well. I'm going to go back in with that fluffier brush just to blend out the edge because I don't want it to look super harsh. I'm going in with the AMC gel liner by Inglot to create my wing. So I'm just going to draw my wing first of all. And then just join it up with small strokes. Alright, I think that's about right. Wing liner is something you keep going back and forth and back and forth until you get it right. Definitely not something to do if you're stressed or in a rush. It's just a recipe for a really, really stressful encounter. I'm just going to put my lashes on off camera. I'll be back. Right, lashes are on. I'm going to move on to the face. I'm really living for these lashes. They're so nice. They remind me of Tati lashes, and it's YSDO. I'll link them down below for you guys. I've already got some primer on. It's the Bare Minerals Prime Time Original, so I have that all over my face. It's just because when I'm going to film a look, I like to cut down shine before I put the camera on. So now I'm going to go and mattify the more oily parts of my face. So I'm going in with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop primer. So I'm just going to put that on my nose. Just more the center of my face because this is where I tend to get super oily during the day. Then just to further control the oil in my T-zone area, I'm just going to go in with a dry beauty blender and some pressed powder. This is just a bronzer from Superdrug, and I'm just pressing that in to the center of my face. And I find when you do this, it just gives an extra barrier between your skin and the foundation, and it just helps with the oil. Obviously, if you don't have oily skin, don't do this step because otherwise you will dry out your skin. But my skin never lacks in oil production. It's something I find super frustrating, but hey, apparently if you have oily skin, you age better. So in the years to come, I might be very happy about this, but not right now. So for foundation, I'm going in with my usual Bare Minerals Bare Pro, and I'm using a foundation mixer by NYX just to darken it a little bit. Okay, using a Real Techniques Expert face brush, I'm just going to buff that in. I'm just going to stamp that onto the areas where I put the powder on first of all, because I don't want to lift the powder, so it's better to just stamp it onto these areas. I'm focusing more of the products on the middle of my face, and then I'm going to blend it to the outer part of my face. As you can see, it is quite light. I still have areas of hyperpigmentation on the outside part of my face, so that's why my foundation tends to be so light. Don't forget the neck. So moving on to highlight, I'm using two concealers. The first one is the Maybelline. This is the Instant Age Eraser. So just on all the areas that I want to highlight. I'm really loving this concealer. It's probably one of my favorites. It took ages for them to bring it to the UK, but I'm glad that they did. And then I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, just because I need to mix a custom shade. Ooh, that's a bit too much. Going to use a damp beauty blender and blend everything in. I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush just around the edges of where that concealer is, just so that it's flawless and there are no harsh lines. And I'm going to go in with some translucent powder and quickly set that before it creases. And this is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in Kanafa, but I'll link all the products down below as usual. And I'm just dusting off the excess with a fluffy brush. To set the rest of my face, I'm using the Makeup Revolution powder in Deep Dark, and this is a Real Techniques powder brush, I think. Yeah, big fluffy powder brush, which I love to set my face. And basically, I'm just setting all the areas where I didn't put down that light powder. Just every other area where there isn't any concealer is what I am setting now. Then a little bit just down the sides of my nose. I'm going in with, this is actually a contour brush by Real Techniques and the Revolution bronzer in the shade Deep, just to bring back some dimension to my face. I always feel it looks really, really flat after I've added powder and concealer and foundation. Just very lightly on the angle of my jaw as well. Just gonna lightly contour my nose with a smaller brush. Put a bit too much on there. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Yeah, lesson learned, go in really lightly. Otherwise you'll look like you've got two tracks running down the side of your nose. Which is not very attractive. It's looking a bit harsh, so I'm going to go back in with some of my translucent powder just over where I put that powder down, just so it doesn't look so obvious. I'm going to go back in now and finish off underneath my eyes. So I'm going to go back in with that purple color that I used in the outer part of my upper eyelid, and I'm just going to sweep that along the lower part of my eyelid. And now I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal telescopic mascara just to define my lower lash line. Now that my face is done, I'm just going to gently pull this back so that it's sitting where it should. That's better. I felt like I wanted a bit more green, so I'm going to put some on my lower inner tear duct as well. Before I highlight, I'm just going to put some setting spray all over my face. This is the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. And then while that's still drying, I'm going to go in with my highlighter. This is just the MAC Gold Deposit. You can see the cap is broken. I'm so mad. Why? It's so painful when you have like a product and either it spills or it breaks. That's when you know you love makeup. And this is just a MAC 224 brush that I'm using just on the high parts of my face. And Cupid's bow, and also on my nose. I'm going to put some just underneath my eyebrows as well, just on the arches, underneath the arches. I'm going to go in with a MAC lip liner in the shade Cherry just to outline my lips first of all. Then I'm going to put my lipstick on. And the lipstick is Huda Beauty El Cinco de Mayo. I think for blush, I'm just going to go in with that little dark red there within the palette. Just a little bit, see what that looks like. Yeah, that will do. Don't want too much, just a little bit of color. That's the thing I love about Morphe shadows, are they're so pigmented, like you really don't have to do much. And you get a great color payoff. So I just felt that the lipstick needs a little bit more dimension. So I'm going to go in with the MAC lip pencil in Night Moth to create a bit of an ombre lip effect. So just in the outer parts of my lips. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That looks better. I don't know if you can notice this, but I can see that the lipstick is sort of outside the outline of my lips. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of foundation on a concealer brush just to clean up the edges of my lips. And it's so much more noticeable when you wear a really dark color or bright red if your lip liner is not perfect. So the look is complete and I am feeling myself. I really, really like how this turned out. I was just going to go for a beige lip, but I'm really glad that I went for a bold color. I think this look is fun. I would wear this anywhere, really, except for work. I'd wear this grocery shopping, out to see friends, out for dinner, out to watch a movie, anywhere. I think it's quite versatile and you can tone it down or wear a bold lip as I've done. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I look forward to creating another look for you guys very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.